Dear viewers, today we are going to talk about one of the most respected couples of the British royal family, whose story of love and devotion spans more than 6 decades. Unfortunately, our story is overshadowed by recent sad news. With deep sorrow, Buckingham Palace announced that Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Kent, Katharina, has passed away at the age of 92, surrounded by her family at Kensington Palace. Katharina Worsley, who became the Duchess of Kent in 1961, was the wife of Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, the cousin of the late Queen Elizabeth II. King Charles III, Queen Camilla, and all members of the royal family expressed their condolences to the Duke of Kent, his children and grandchildren, noting the Duchess's dedication to all the organizations she was connected with, her passion for music, and her compassion for young people. But who were these people, whose names we do not hear as often as the names of other members of the royal family? Let us get to know the story of this remarkable couple. Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, was born on the 9th of October, 1935, in London to Prince George and Princess Marina of Greece and Denmark. He has a younger brother and sister, Princess Alexandra, who is now 88 years old, and Prince Michael of Kent, who is 83 years old. As was customary at the time, the British Home Secretary, Sir John Simon, was present at the birth of the prince to confirm his lineage. Edward's fate was marked by early tragedy. At the age of only 6 years old, he inherited the title of Duke of Kent after the death of his father in 1942. From a young age, Edward began performing official royal duties. He became the third person to swear allegiance to Queen Elizabeth II at her coronation, following the late Dukes of Edinburgh and Gloucester. At 19, Edward graduated from the Sandhurst Military Academy and became a second lieutenant in the Royal Scots Greys Regiment. 6 years later, he was promoted to the rank of captain in the same regiment. Edward retired from the army on the 15th of April, 1976. Katharina Worsley was born in 1933 at the extensive Hovingham Hall estate in Yorkshire. She was the fourth child and the only daughter of Sir William Worsley, the fourth Baronet, who was captain of the Yorkshire cricket team and president of the Marylebone Cricket Club. For 14 years, he held the title of Lord Lieutenant of the North Riding of Yorkshire. Her mother, Joyce Morgan Brunner, was the daughter of a chemical industrialist and Liberal Party politician, Sir John Brunner, the first Baronet. Katharina received her education at Queen Margaret School in York and at Ranton Hill School in North Norfolk, where she developed a passion for music and learned to play the piano, organ, and violin. The love story of Edward and Katharina began when she was 24 years old. The couple first met while Edward was living at Catterick Camp, an English military base located near Katharina's childhood home. Their wedding took place on the 8th of June, 1961, at York Minster. This was the first royal wedding held in this 700-year-old building in 633 years. Katharina broke centuries-old tradition by choosing her native county of Yorkshire over Westminster Abbey, St. Paul's Cathedral, the Royal Chapel at St. James's Palace, or the Chapel of St. George at Windsor. At the ceremony, Katharina wore a wedding dress designed by John Cavan, made from 237 yards of semi-transparent white French silk gauze and featuring a 15-foot double train. Katharina's white tulle veil was fastened with the Kent diamond and pearl fringe tiara. Princess Anne played an important role as the bridesmaid at this wedding. Among the guests at the wedding were the late Queen Elizabeth II, the Queen Mother, the Duke of Edinburgh,
the future King Charles III, and Princess Anne. Representatives of the royal families of Denmark, Greece, the Netherlands, and Norway were also present. Interestingly, it was at this wedding that the future King of Spain, Juan Carlos, met his future wife, Princess Sophia of Greece and Denmark. The Duke and Duchess had 3 children: George Windsor, Earl of St. Andrews, Lady Helen Taylor, and Lord Nicholas Windsor, born in 1962, 1964, and 1970, respectively. Later, they had 10 grandchildren, including Lady Amelia Windsor, Lady Marina Windsor, and Cassius Taylor. In 1994, Katharina made history within the royal family when she converted to Catholicism, becoming the first member of the royal family to publicly change her faith since the Act of Settlement in 1701. The Duke of Kent was close to the late Queen Elizabeth II. During the limited Trooping the Colour celebration in 2021, he stood beside Her Majesty at the parade in the quadrangle of the castle in his role as Colonel of the Scottish Guards. When the mounted regiment of the Royal Guard and the Guards returned, the Queen received the salute from the balcony of Buckingham Palace, together with the Duke. Edward is a cousin of the Queen through their fathers, Prince George, Duke of Kent, and King George VI, and was among the guests at the funeral of Prince Philip in April 2021, which was restricted to only 30 people. While the Duke of the Kent, who is 40th in line to the throne, continued performing duties on behalf of the Crown and was associated with more than 140 charitable organizations, the Duchess of Kent decided in 2002 to step back from royal duties and decline the use of the style Her Royal Highness, famously stating in an interview with the BBC, "Just call me Katharina."
This decision opened a new chapter in her life. In the following 13 years, she worked as a music teacher at Wansbeck Primary School in Hull, using her passion for music to inspire young generations. "I was simply known as Mrs. Kent," she said in an interview with The Telegraph in 2022. "Only the head teacher knew who I was. Parents did not know, and students did not know. Nobody ever noticed. It all just seemed to work." Even though the Duchess stepped back from official royal duties, she continued engaging in charity work, especially in the fields of music and helping children. Her deep commitment to these causes was highlighted in the statement from Buckingham Palace upon her passing. Until the last days of her life, the couple divided their time between their home at Wren House in Kensington Palace and Oxfordshire. It was at Kensington Palace, as confirmed in the statement, that the Duchess peacefully passed away, surrounded by her family. In April 2024, just a few months before the Duchess's death, the Duke of Kent retired from his post as Colonel of the Scottish Guards, a role he had held for an incredible 50 years. This position passed to King Charles III's younger brother, Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh. The story of the Duke and Duchess of Kent is a story of duty, devotion, and quiet service. Edward and Katharina maintained dignity and humility, dedicating their lives to serving the crown and society. Their marriage, which lasted for more than 60 years, is an example of loyalty and love that overcomes all trials. They supported each other through joys and sorrows. Katharina Worsley brought freshness and independent thinking to the royal family. Her decision to give up her royal title and work as an ordinary teacher shows her humility and sincere desire to make the world a better place, without pomp and ceremony. In an era when royal figures are often judged by their public image and splendor, the Duchess of Kent chose authenticity and simplicity. When we remember the Duchess of Kent, we see not only a royal figure, but also a person with deep faith, compassion, and a passion for music and education. A person who preferred to be known simply as Katharina, not Her Royal Highness. A person who found joy in teaching children music at an ordinary school.